Have you ever had the feeling that you work all day, meet your commitments, do everything right, and yet money never seems to be enough? As if you are always running after it but not moving forward. If this sounds familiar, take a deep breath. You are not alone. And perhaps what is missing is not more effort, but clarity on how to build wealth strategically and kindly to yourself. In this video, I want to show you how it is possible to become a millionaire, even with a limited income and a 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. work routine. No miraculous shortcuts. No compromising your health or values. Just with conscious choices and a more refined mindset about money, time, and purpose. Contrary to what many people think, you don't need to be born into a wealthy family to build wealth. In fact, did you know that, according to a Ramsey Solutions study, only 31% of millionaires earned $100,000 per year throughout their lifetime? Furthermore, almost 80% of them did not inherit anything at all. In other words, the majority built their fortune from scratch, with conscious choices and consistency. But what exactly did these people do differently? There are 6 fundamental questions that can guide your journey. If you can answer yes to all of them, you are on the right path. Even if today your salary still seems small. Light bulb 1. Do you have a positive cash flow? This is the foundation of everything. When we talk about personal finances, there are 2 levers that really make a difference. How much comes in and how much goes out. It sounds simple, but the truth is that many women with great salaries still live paycheck to paycheck, because expenses increase along with income. And then the feeling of scarcity continues, even when earning more. Now imagine this. An 18-year-old who can save $250 per month can accumulate over $1 million by retirement. At 25, if you save $500 per month, the amount reaches $1.3 million. But at 50, even with a cash flow of $33,000 monthly, perhaps it may not even come close to that. Seems counterintuitive, right? But that's the power of time and consistency. Now think with me. How many times have you found yourself saying, "I don't know where my money went"? It's not uncommon. This happens when we don't see the month in a structured way. Here's a practical tip. For 30 days, write down every expense, no judgments. You can use a notebook, app, whatever is easier. At the end of the month, simply looking at these numbers consciously and kindly already brings clarity. Another suggestion that works for many women is to use emotional categories alongside financial ones. For example, expense that brought lightness, impulsive spending, spending due to comparison, expense that generated real emotional return over time. You start to notice patterns that go far beyond money. And that gives you the power of choice, not suffocating control but presence. The second question. Do you organize your income with intention? Many times we feel like there's a lack of money, but actually what's missing is a clear strategy. It's like getting into a car and driving without knowing the destination. You will use up fuel, but maybe you won't get anywhere. When you create an income allocation plan, you are telling yourself, "My dreams matter, and I'm building this path calmly and maturely." Here's a simple and functional formula. 50% for real needs, housing, health, transportation. Up to 30% for pleasures and lifestyle. Yes, this is important. 20% to invest in your future. But beware. Don't confuse saving money with investing. Saving up for a new phone is not an investment. Investing is putting your money where it grows over time. Stocks, funds, real estate, education. Another practical suggestion. Create separate accounts for each goal. One for the future, another for unexpected events, another for your freedom. This makes the money more visual, more organized. and less mixed with the anxiety of day-to-day life. And remember, it's not about how much you invest, it's about how frequently you do it. Third question: do you have an extra source of income, or have you ever thought about it? Sometimes we associate extra income with sacrifice. But what if you viewed it as an expression of your creativity, your autonomy, and your ability to make a difference in the world? An extra income can come from something you already know how to do, like sewing, teaching, writing, planning, organizing. Or it can come from something you've always wanted to learn, but postponed because you didn't feel ready. Have you ever thought about turning your knowledge into an ebook? Or providing online consultations? Or even reselling something you believe in? And if time is short, start slowly. 1 hour per week. Over time, this small seed can grow. Important: it doesn't need to be perfect, just needs to be real and start. Imagine investing $1,000 per month for 28 years with an average return of 7% per year. You would have accumulated over $1.3 million. That's the difference between waiting for recognition and acting with autonomy. Fourth question: is your money already working for you? This is a question that may seem distant, but that needs to become intimate. Investing is a way of telling your future, I care about you, and I am taking care of the woman you will become. You don't need to know everything about investments, but you need to start with what you know. Today, with just a few clicks, it's possible to start with small amounts and set up automatic contributions. You don't need to know everything or do it alone, but you need to start even if it's small. And yes, investments go up and down, but over the years, constancy prevails. And the most beautiful: over time, you realize that investing is much more about values than about numbers. Fifth question: do you have clarity about what you want to build? This is a point that many people ignore. First and foremost, wealth needs to make sense to you. Do you want geographical freedom? Do you want to work less and live more? Do you want to take care of your family with more ease? Do you want to travel, help other women, create something that changes lives? Whatever your reason is, it needs to be clear, because it is what will sustain you on difficult days. It is what will remind you why you are choosing not to spend impulsively. It is what will transform the process into something lighter, more meaningful and beautiful. So, before seeking formulas, seek meaning. Sixth and final question: do you allow yourself to celebrate small victories? Building wealth with a modest income is a journey that requires patience, but it also requires generosity towards your own process. Did you manage to save $100 this month? Celebrate. Did you pay all bills on time? That matters. Were you able to say no to an impulse purchase? You are creating new standards. These small victories are steps. And when you start seeing yourself as someone who takes care of their own money with care and intention, everything changes. Not because it became easy, but because it became lighter. To sum up, you don't need a high salary. You need vision, consistency, choices aligned with what you want to live. In short, today you learned that positive cash flow is more important than high salaries. Dividing your income consciously is an act of self-love. Extra income can come from your creativity, not just your time. Investing is a way of taking care of who you will be in the future. Clarity and celebration are essential on the journey. Tell me in the comments, which of these points will you start applying this week? Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share with someone who is also seeking more lightness, purpose, and freedom in their relationship with money. You don't need to rush anymore. You just need to proceed with awareness. Financial freedom is not a destination. It's a choice that starts today.